Mike Tyson loses to Jake Paul, but the big question everybody's asking, was the fight fixed? I'm going to answer that question in this video and also tell you what I think is the future now from both Mike Tyson and Jake Paul moving forward. And also, what was going on with Netflix and that stream, the buffering issues? Should these events be actual pay-per-view events? Going to discuss it here all in the video. If you're new to the channel, smash it, tap it, slap it, and drop your comments below. Want to make this ultra interactive? Let me know, was this fight fixed? Love to get your feedback on this. I'm also going to give you guys my reaction, some breakdown of the fight as well. So, if you're new to the channel, smash it, tap it, slap it. Let's get into the comments here. All right, I'm going to save the actual is this fixed to the end. I'm going to answer that question. But I do want to talk about this fight real quickly and how crazy it was. Mike Tyson, 58 years old, has no business going into the ring with a 27-year-old guy in his prime who's been winning boxing fights. Now, his boxing fights haven't been with actual people his age that are in the exact same niche, right? He's fighting basketball players, he's fighting MMA fighters, and he is specifically focused on boxing. Where focus goes, energy flows, and that's where his focus has been. So that's why Paul has been winning. Now, he did this fight. It's obviously a money grab. That's the number one thing. It's good for promotional purposes. He teamed up with Netflix, which is a good idea because obviously Netflix wants to get more into the live streaming, particularly with sports. We've seen it happen with tennis and other sports. They want to get into it. So they do this mega fight here with Mike Tyson, which really hits on the nostalgic aspects of everybody wanting to watch. Look at me, I'm nostalgic. I got Bloodsport's Van Damme here behind me, right? I've got the Sega Genesis right here behind me. This little display with the Sega Genesis control, real cool addition to the studio. I'm all about nostalgia, and I wanted to watch it because it's 2024, and Mike Tyson is fighting in 2024. I used to get together with my dad, who's now passed away, and we used to get together for Tyson fights. It was great as a kid, right? So this was a great marketing effort by both Paul and Tyson, a big money grab for Tyson, right? Who's, been retired for a long time and wants to make some money. I mean, it was a smart decision. But from a fight perspective, if you watch the fight, when you break it down, it was bad. I mean, you look at Mike Tyson, very sluggish, very slow on the feet. His feet weren't moving. He had no footwork, which is one of the most important aspects of boxing. I did some MMA fighting, so I know all about fighting. You got to be moving, and he wasn't doing it. Now, I want to get to the whole part about it being fixed, but I want to say just in regards to, again, the way the fight was, there was times where Jake Paul could have absolutely teed off and knocked him out, including the last 10 seconds of the fight where he bowed. Usually, when you get that bell, ding, 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 and it's like, or the tick, tick, that sound you get at the end, whatever that sound is. Last 10 seconds of the fight, you actually go out and try to win the fight. You don't let it go to a decision. So this fight went to a decision. At the end, Jake Paul, does the bow of respect, which I understand. But you do that after the fight. You don't do it with like 5-10 seconds left of the fight. You go for the finish, right? So I want to answer this question here. First of all, if you don't know, it went to a decision here. It was eight rounds, 2 minutes each round if you missed the fight. Again, Mike Tyson looked very slow. Jake Paul, he looked okay. He looked good. But that being said, going into the aspect of is it fixed, that was one of the key indicators that I believe it probably was. I'm going to say that it was. Again, the big factor was money, right? It was a big marketing thing, like going back, the nostalgia, right? You bring back Mike Tyson back, it promotes live events for Netflix, a huge money grab, big promotional purposes, right? That was huge, right? They didn't sign this contract. They probably sat down in the room. They said, hey, we're not going to destroy each other completely. We're not going to kill each other out there. We are actually going to work together and put on a show. That's why it went the full 8 rounds. That's why it went decision. Now, if it had gone where Tyson knocked out Paul, that would theoretically ruin Paul's reputation and try to break his kind of winning streak, right? And he's kind of on a roll with the boxing. They didn't want to tarnish that. So that's another reason why it's fixed. And if he knocked out Mike Tyson, being that this was a pro fight, that would actually tarnish Mike Tyson's legacy moving forward. I lost to a YouTuber entrepreneur at 58. Not only that, if Paul actually did knock out Mike Tyson, then he would look bad. He would lose. You're knocking down pretty much a senior, right? Well, 65 is considered a senior, whatever. He's much older than you, right? He's like double your age, 31 years older. So it would look bad. It was a lose-lose situation. So they sat together, probably plan this out. We're going to make this 8 rounds because people paid the money. They want to watch it, right? By the way, the stream was ridiculous, buffering at 25%, ridiculous on, off. I missed most of the fight anyway. I had to go catch a little, snippets later on, highlights. But honestly, it's like, this was a money grab. and they wanted to go 8 rounds to keep people entertained, and they didn't want to knock each other's heads off, which we saw clearly. There was moments where even Tyson, I think, wasn't fully going, flurry. Like, he started a little bit, had a couple flurries and some good shots. They had to hit each other to make it look realistic, but they couldn't just overdo it and knock each other out. Again, it would look bad on either. If Tyson knocked out Paul, it would ruin Paul's reputation moving forward in his boxing career. If Paul knocked out Tyson, it would ruin the legacy of Mike Tyson. So I think, to answer your question, 100% fixed. Good money grab, good entertainment. Hey, they got my attention. They got your attention, and you're watching this video, so you're interested, and it worked. So I'm just glad that we have UFC and we got with these weight classes. I would love to see like old people fight young people, and big 250 pounders fight 135 pounders. But this is pretty much what you're going to get. You're going to get uneven, lopsided matchup where one guy could destroy the other guy. But it looks like, again, they were holding back in this case here. I think more Paul was holding back on Tyson. So let me know what you guys think. Does this make sense? I think I always come to my conclusions with logic and common sense, and this is my conclusion on this. I think the fix was 100% in, and it worked, and it touched all the nostalgia buttons. Let me know what you guys think. Smash it, tap it, slap it for breaking news, NFL news like this around sports, and of course, fantasy football. This is the channel to be on. I appreciate you guys. Have yourself an outstanding weekend. Let's go UFC tonight. We'll talk soon.